Hi guys, it's Diana, and I'm here today to talk to you about one of the loves of my life, costume design. Anybody who's heard me talk about the frackaliciousness of Persis in Across the Star-Swept Sea, or who has read Across the Star-Swept Sea, know how much I like outrageous costumes. And anyone who has seen me at Dragon Con knows that, it's one of the reasons I love to go. I used to do a lot of costume design in college, but I am by no means a seamstress, expert or otherwise. And so I wanted to make these videos to show you that you don't need to know how to sew and you don't need to spend a lot of money to have a really cool looking costume. All you need is imagination and a lot of safety pins. So stay tuned and we will talk about the costumes that I've made. So the first costume I'm going to be making for Dragon Con is a siren costume, which my husband calls the original cosplay because it's a mythological creature, so it's been around for a really long time. And sirens were these beautiful marine creatures that would lure ships to their doom and wreck them on the rocks. And I think that's awesome and really cool and very alien. And there should definitely be more siren books out there. But I thought I would make this really cool siren costume, and my idea behind it, and if I were a real costume designer, this is where I would be showing you my perfect sketch of her outfit, but I do not draw, so you're just gonna have to trust me that it's up here in my head. But my idea behind the costume is that she is sort of draped in trophies from her shipwrecks and things like that, and the items that she's been able to salvage from the shipwreck. And because I really like sort of the Victorian look, she's kind of going to be like a steampunk siren-ish thing in the sense that she's going to have a big bustled skirt and sort of Victorian kind of elements. So she's a Victorian era siren, I think is what the takeaway is going to be. But it's going to be great. It's going to be super fun, and I'm very excited, and I can't wait to show you how I'm going to make this happen. So, this is my mannequin. Her name is Flo the Frackalicious. And you don't have to have a mannequin. I do, because I do a lot of the costume stuff that I do late at night, and there's no one to help me kind of pin things and stuff. But if you have a friend or a roommate or a really understanding husband or boyfriend who will, help you pin things and make sure everything's fitting and hemmed right, then you don't need a mannequin at all. Or if you're really good at pinning stuff onto yourself, which is tricky. Because I got my start in costume design, I'm really used to pinning things on other people, so I am much worse at doing it to myself. So I have a mannequin, and her name is Flo. But Flo is already wearing one of my first finds for my costume, and that is a shirt that I found at the thrift store. So that's tip number one. Tip number one is you can really get a lot of stuff that you're going to need for your costume, not at a fabric store, but at a thrift store. And we'll just keep talking about that. It's cheaper, the seams are finished, you can just really get a lot of stuff done. I'm not worrying about it. So this is I think it's supposed to be a shirt dress if you look at the whole thing, because it goes down like where her knees would be. This is, this is the bottom, but I don't want it that long, so I'm going to pin it up right now, just for my needs. But I thought that this kind of had a good look to it. It's sort of, I don't know if you can tell by the video, but it's kind of like a bone or cream color, but it looks like it could have been, a linen shirt that a sailor was wearing, and before he got shipwrecked. And also it has really good details like puffy sleeves and covered buttons. I don't know if you guys can see the buttons from here. Come here, Flo. Show the people at home the nice covered buttons. See. And those are just like really nice details. There's also like a really great ruffle along the collar, and I just thought it had a good look to it. This shirt was $2.99, so half the costume is done, and it only costs $2.99. So that's a really good thing. So my plan is for her shirt to be like a shirt that she salvaged from a shipwreck, and then her skirt is going to look hopefully like a sail. So I have all kinds of plans to make it look like a sail, but it's going to be sort of bustled and nice and big and stuff, but it's going to look like it was made from an actual sail of a sailing ship. But in order to, and you can see that I've started pinning what's going to be the sail to those hips here. And let me show you what the material that I got. This is the material. I got this piece and the piece that is pinned on. You can see it also has a lovely ruffle and finished edges. If you're like me and hate hemming, the fact that this already has a hem in it, I'll figure this video thing out one day, really comes in handy. These were curtains, and then both of them together were $3.99. So the whole thing so far has cost $7, which is great. It's like, Happy Meal. The other thing that I bought that I will be using for details and accent work is a fishnet. I got this at Michael's. You can get them at craft stores and things. People use them for decorations, and I just wanted one that looked sort of like a traditional fishnet. This was actually like the most expensive thing. I think it was $6. So that's expensive fishnet. The last item that I wanted to show you that I bought is this. And this is going to be my rigging. And I'm going to show you how I make this look better than it does right now very soon. This is not rope. It's actually from the fabric store. Yay, I finally bought something from the fabric store. And it is, it's from the upholstery section. And what this is if you guys see like on the corner of a cushion of a sofa, there's usually that little round bit. What this is the stuffing for that. So they take the upholstery fabric and they just sort of tack it over, and this is, the round part on the edge of cushions on sofas and things like that. I wanted something that looked kind of like old-timey rope, and I went to the hardware store, and all of the rope was like very shiny and nylon and bright colors, and I don't know if that works for like Christian Grey, but it really didn't work for like my Victorian rope needs. So I got this instead. I also saw trim at the fabric store that looked like a brown rope, and it had that sort of swirl, which was really nice. And it was $7.95 a yard, and I wanted 5 yards of this, so it's 5 yards. And so obviously, I'm not going to spend that much money. This, however, was 30 cents a yard, so that was only $1.50. And I'm going to tea dye it to make it brown, and I will show you how to do that in the next video.